Namaste. Welcome to this program of 28 days of manifesting mastery coaching. This is a beautiful body of work that is designed to shift our state of being. It's not just something we do for 28 days. The actual intention is to be different by the end of 28 days, right? And so mastery as a terminology means that we're going to rise above habitual patternings, reactions to the past, and modes of behavior that have governed us up until now. And this is all with regards to our co-creative ability, the ability that we have to work with universal forces, right? This wonderful law of attraction is the law that governs how things come together, how visions become things, how thoughts become things, and we can bank on it and we can trust it because it is a scientific process, right? It is a legitimate, proven way that the universe has of taking things from a more quantum space or more expanded reality, right, into one that we can taste and touch and feel and smell and see. Right? And so that's our journey in 28 days. So for right now, I just invite you to, if you're sitting or lying, to get comfortable and close your eyes. And let the breath wash through you. And take a moment to acknowledge your choice to be here and to participate in this program. It already is a sign of mastery. Right? To want to commit to daily practices is such a wonderful sign of self-commitment, and you are there. And so with your eyes closed, be easy with your breath. And I have a little bell here, and the sound of the bell is known to clear any atmospheric congestion, often used in rituals that you may see in spiritual places, whether they're rituals in India or whether you are in a church, etc. It's the nature of sound and the electromagnetic field of sound that we're working with here. And so as you close your eyes, place both hands over your heart. Let your chin bow down and feel yourself to be a complete yes to whatever is to take place in the next 28 days. At the deepest level of our being, we invite the deepest level of change. And as I ring the bell, let there be an offering that anything that is discordant, congested in our own personal energy field, start to be released or broken apart, ready for dispersing over the next 28 days. So take a breath in and relax to the sounds. And so it is. So you can let your eyes open. And firstly, I just want to congratulate you again for being here and being part of this program, and to just set up an overview for the intention and for how this will work. So for us to participate in daily practices, they have to be doable, they have to be achievable, and they quite honestly can't be a huge investment of time, because let's face it, most of us have busy lives. We're waking up in the morning, we have routines that we already enter into before we go to work, right? And so my asking is that you commit to dedicating 10 to 30 minutes every morning to these exercises and programs. It's not a lot of time. Some mornings it might be a guided meditation. Other mornings there might be a journaling prompt. And you might feel it more relevant to do it either straight away. You think, oh, I might write this at night before I go to bed. You'll instinctively know when to take those journaling actions. But I do ask that you commit to doing it within the time period of that day, as this work is sequential and it will build on each other. Now, of course, if you miss a day for whatever reason, we're here for self-love and self-acceptance. So not to be hard on yourself. right? To be actually gentle with yourself in the process. And if that happens and a day is missed, then use that as an opportunity to listen to some of the self-sabotaging patterns that might come up in our consciousness, right? When we go to break new ground, it's the time when the roar of the past comes up, right? That's why we need daily practices, and that's why we need to do it together. Okay, so if we think about what we're actually doing here, it is quite a deep process, both energetically and physically. And let's look at the physicality. We're looking to make changes to our neurochemistry, right? That means the way that the mind thinks and the body reacts to thoughts. Now, some of us have some embedded programming that leads us into more angry thoughts, and something happens and it's a flick of a switch before we're off down the anger land, and our body remembers this programming, and so off it goes. Or maybe it's more thoughts of, that take us to frustration or into sadness, into grief, right? And they become practiced patterns that the more we practice them, the more we think they're the only way, right? And we think there's no way out of that. But in fact, just know that these are practiced synapses, and we intend to practice new ones over the next 28 days. Once we do our karmic clearing, it should become a lot more easy for this to happen. But we intend to create new synapses that shift at the level of thought, right? That the space that we think at is now at a higher level. Right? We become more mastered in our approaches to the experiences of our lives. And so it will take daily practice. So that physical level we really do need to master. And that, of course, comes from understanding mind patternings habitually. Energetically, we're going to begin to work with our force field. Now, this is something that is easy to do when we can be still. So I will ask that for some of you, it will be beautiful to wake up in the morning, reach over to your phone or your iPad or whatever device you will use for this program and put it on as you lay in bed. Like, make it that easy that you don't even need to get up, start disrupting your day, get on social media, talk to the kids, whatever that is that takes you out of this practice of self-awareness and self-study. So my invitation is, first thing in the morning, as soon as you wake up, dedicate 10 to 30 minutes. It would be very easy to do this in bed. I am a huge proponent of staying comfortable when it comes to expanding our thinking. For some of you, you may have partners, etc., and it may feel better to wake up, take yourself into your own space, into another room, the lounge room, a study where you can sit or get comfortable on a yoga mat, a meditation cushion to go through these practices, right? And so hopefully by the end of 28 days, we're at the point where we're just thinking differently, and our morning routines could take 2 or 3 minutes. Right, we've already done the pre-work to embed the new way of thinking. So that's a bit of an overview. So we're ready to reclaim our creative power, right? It is something joyful to remember that being a creator is who we are. It's what we do. Right? It's just that we perhaps haven't honed our ability to direct how we want to create to just good, and we keep defaulting back to some negative patterning, which either feels like stalling, right? It feels like nothing's changing, or we keep creating more of what we don't want. Okay, so we're right on that precipice to shift. We have all of the physical hardware to be able to do it. We have the mental tenacity to be able to do it, right? So we come together collectively and work with the conscious field of each other. So know that you're not alone, that there's many of you participating in these 28 days, right? So feel into that and take a moment to connect to the conscious awareness of all other beings that are with you on this process, because together we are stronger. And just inviting in that remembering and taking on the strength of others is absolutely going to help this process. So my suggested tools for you are a journal and a pen. You could have these next to your bed. I like buying nice things for myself when I'm doing this work, and I actually found a beautiful little pen. It's so cute. Right on the front of the packet there, it says, begin at the beginning. And I thought, well, that's a great pen for me to start this new process. And it has little stars on it. It's very cute. And it says, and then go on until you come to the end, right? And so you don't have to go and buy a new pen, but I think we're bringing more awareness and more consciousness to everything that we do. So make some lovely selections for yourself. Create a little altar beside your bed where you're ready. You wake up in the morning and you look forward to this morning ritual. You could play it out loud on your device. I personally like headphones for this work. I feel that it helps us to go in, take us away from any external distraction or noise. And then something else at the bottom there I've written is a vision board, and we'll get into this a little later. There's ways that we can create vision boards for ourselves as just one quick visual reminder that once we work in and through this program, by the end of it, you just walk out of your bedroom in the morning, see your vision board, and bang, you're right there into the frequency of what it is that we're calling in. And so we'll go through some tools for that. Okay, so that's the background to it. It's a wonderful body of work. Be gentle with yourself. Be excited for what you're about to embark on, and know that there is something you're here to do or offer or experience, a vision that your soul has to bring into being in this world. And I know that because you wouldn't have found this work if that wasn't the case. My intention for this program is very clear. Right, that those of us who have something big to bring to this planet are within 28 days clearly shifted from the remnants of the past that hold us back into the brightness and fullness of our future, with the full remembering of how to co-create with the force field behind all things in this realm of universe that we have chosen to incarnate in. So it's a very exciting time. I welcome you with my whole heart, and I'll see you for day one, where we begin to create the mindset of a disciplined visionary. Namaste and welcome.